Hello there. This is my Wolfies deck. It's really fun. I really enjoy it. I think it's hilarious to play. What makes it hilarious? Danger Dogman. Danger Dogman adds a luck factor that I can't explain, and it's so funny yet so OP sometimes. And then sometimes you break. That's like every deck in the game, but it made it to plat, so it must be pretty decent. I did not have Unchained, and there's a good reason for it. Unchained, when I was making this deck, did not exist. There was only like a couple of cards. They got support like not that far long ago, and I just wanted to mention if you want a Diamond Wolf deck, like Unchained is the way to go. There's a lot of ways to play Unchained and it works very well, but this is the way this deck works, okay? We do not have a bunch of max Cs, as you can tell. And our go-to negates are Crystal Wing, Naturia Beast, Herald of the Arclight, and Baron. This is a misconception deck. Your opponent will not know what the hell you are doing because it's Frankenstein. But guess what? Frankenstein is a monster, but he can be killed. That's the thing. So what could kill him? You know, Snake Eyes, Tear Laments, Fire King, but I think that's every deck right now. I have a lot of friends that are struggling, but this is like the sleeper card of this deck. Assault Dog. This is a free XYZ into a card destruction, right? This card, your opponent never negates, and then whenever you get value of it, they're pissed off, or because you go into Zeus for free. You normal summon Goblindbergh to normal summon Assault Dog. You attack with Assault Dog. You get two more Assault Dogs. God damn it. Fuck. And then you go into your XYZ Diamond Direwolf. You destroy a card on the field while having Diamond Direwolf to go into Zeus. It's very valuable. It saved me in a pinch a couple of times. And honestly, when it comes to clips, the biggest issue is that you only need like one or three negates to make an opponent surrender. So it's really hard to get clips. But I really enjoy this deck. I want other people to know about its existence. I want them to know it exists because when you YouTube it, nothing comes up. Why? I think it's because of Unchained, but mainly I just wanted to show it off. So here's a couple of other things you should note. Book of Moon is the most offensive piece, and it's a great turn 2 card because you could choose cards like Baron, and they're forced to use their negates. Another good card is the Cashier cards. You could, if you have two Cashier cards, for example, you could bait one, and then your opponent uses an Ash. The way you want to play is you always want to think what is your opponent using if they have a hand trap, and what is the most effective way to play with the hand I have. This is a very thinkable deck. I'm going to show you some replays 100% after I explain it a couple more. But this deck, it kind of revolves around two negates and, you know, a Book of Moon set, or a Forbidden Droplet set, or a Moon Mirror Shield destroying a boss monster. Like, it is so crazy what you could get out of this deck, this Frankenstein. Magical Hound, constantly get value. He actually gets negated. That's actually insane. And the best part about him is he could be in the hand or the graveyard, a special summon. As you could pay attention, there's a lot of tuners, so the only time you really brick is when you don't have a tuner or you don't have a non-tuner. If you don't have either, it feels really bad, but cards save you in that situation, like Danger Dogman and Synchro Overtake. I really enjoy this deck. I'm so happy to show it off to you, but I really want to show you some clips, and at the end, I'm going to quiz you on what do you think is the most OP card, what is the worst card, and what is a mid card. But that mid card's going to be pretty good. It's just mid because you won't get the effect that much. Here's a turn 1 example. So, if starting hand we have Kashtira Fenrir, we have Warwolf, we have Moon Mirror Shield, and we have the field spell. We also have Duelist Genesis. We have no tuners. Our deck is filled with them, but we don't always get them. You know what I mean? So, most of the time you do not want a Kashtira field spell and any of the Kashtira monsters because they all search themselves. Once you special summon this, you can add Scareclaw. You could use this to add Fenrir, which you special summon to get Scareclaw. Like, you don't want both. But this is very useful if our opponent has Ash, because we can bait it, right? We make them do it, because all we're going to add to the hand is a useless card. We also have Warwolf. And now we have Moon Mirror Shield. So Moon Mirror Shield, it's useless. Our best play is most likely activating the spell. Special summon Fenrir. Once we special summon Fenrir, put Warwolf with the Moon Mirror Shield. That way nothing can attack into it and destroy it. But honestly, we want to be able to activate Pull Dragon's effect. And once this goes to the grave, because we synchro summon with Warwolf, we're able to activate Power Tool Dragon's effect, and you could bait Ash with this. Because your opponent isn't going to want you to add another equip spell, they don't know what it is, but it's just Moon Mirror Shield. And if they don't, then most of the time we're able to go into Revolution, Synchron, and then special summon into a level 8 Crystal Wing. However, it looks like our opponent bricked. Even though we bricked because we didn't have any tuners to special summon like crazy, it looks like our opponent bricked too. Right now they are playing machines, and they have an Ancient Gear, Castle and Fortress. So I should have banished this. I didn't read. I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player. You can't throw me in jail because of it. I just wanted to hold the banish in case it was something important. And right there, once I banished it, they activated Gear Town. Gear Town is extremely important for Ancient Gear. I want to get rid of this as soon as possible. We have Duelist Genesis. That means we just need any tutor and we get Baron. Because we have a level 7. Any tutor and we get Baron. And if we don't get Baron, we need to figure out a strategy to get rid of it. Luckily, when you attack, you can banish one card, but I want to banish this if I can. But if we don't get a destruction, obviously we're choosing Gear Town, right? We activate Danger Dogman, and the best thing about Danger Dogman is it special summons itself, but it also adds another card to the hand, which lets us get Fire Ant Anscator. I was gonna say Ascator. But, we activate Duelist Genesis, we could get Synchro Overtake. So we go into Chaos Angel, throw a Warwolf, and Danger Dogman, because guess what? Our only Synchro that doesn't need a tutor is Chaos Angel. You only need one light or dark monster, or 2 darks or 2 lights. You don't need tutors. This is the play. We banish Gear Town. We special summon Baron. We destroy the spell. We special summon. Now we attack. Now they have to get through a negate. And the thing is that they already bricked. We don't have anything to worry about. We have Chaos Angel. What are they gonna do? I noticed that they have gadgets. Gadgets are really good at connecting each other. And it's a machine deck, so I don't want them to go into any XYZs. I don't know what they have, I don't know what they're playing, I'm not familiar with the archetype. But I don't want them to get any more level 4s. And when Baron negates, it destroys, so I immediately chose it as a tactic. And here's the thing, they use Triple Tactics talent, and instead of drawing 2 cards, they control one, they instead chose take control of one monster. Never do that. This shit is ass. Do not take control of a monster unless you're going into a link to get rid of that shit. Or what? Could you guess? Yeah, you probably didn't. No, I'm joking. So you need to only do that effect if you're going for a kill, or you're destroying the monster. He actually chose the worst option. He saw a high attack, Icy Baron, which is a field destruction, and a... He could have... So, when I say field destruction, Baron could choose one card to destroy. They could have chose Chaos Angel, because I didn't use a light monster. And then they could have attacked with Infinity Anchor, and then attacked me directly for 3k, and then gone into a link and got rid of both. I would have nothing. But they picked the worst play. They chose Chaos Angel because of the high attack. That's game. There's nothing that they could have done. Stuff like that means that we could really capitalize over misconception, but also our opponent bricked and we did brick in this replay. Here we have another example match. So immediately going into this game, there's a few very important things to notice. We have Forbidden Droplet. This is just a great card. This is one of our universal cards. It's great going second. It's great having on the first turn because it sends any number of cards to the graveyard to negate a monster effect. Book of Moon. So, personally to me, Book of Moon is one of the most important cards in the deck, mainly because you are going to get rid of monster effects through Book of Moon. You're going to get rid of Baron. You're gonna pick a tier card. You're gonna pick a monster effect that is important for the opponent, that has some sort of negate. That is your target with Book of Moon, right? In Danger Dogman, the great thing about Danger Dogman is whenever you activate its effect, it discards one random card while summoning itself and drawing a new card. So if we brick, Danger Dogman might be a great card or terrible because it picks itself. That is the worst possible thing. It happens all the time. Warwolf, this is giving us another special summon. This is great because this card that means we can special summon like crazy. Immediately looking at our opponent's field, their waters, these usually summon monsters with powerful negates. So that means that if they special summon, we might as well summon Warwolf. They're not going to destroy it. The extra body that we don't have to fight through a negate for will be useful against water specifically, right? They summoned an Aqua Actress, they add a card, I special summon. Here's the thing, if you see Time Tearing Morganite, this is just a great card with all decks, but here is the most important thing. They draw 2 cards every draw phase, and normal summon twice, not once. And they could banish it, discard one Time Tearing, and your opponent cannot activate monster effects when you normal summon this turn. This is toxic. It is so good. It really applies pressure that we need to kill our opponent as soon as possible. I see they added stage to the hand, so I'm like, okay, if they're summoning stage and these 2 cards are left in their hand, that means these 2 things are useless. And if they put Aquarium Stage, that means that they bricked. Aquarium Stage is a postponer. This just makes it to where you can't destroy water monsters by battle, but they normal summoned it. They should have put it in defense, you know what I mean? And then here's another thing, right? They have no water monsters in the grave, so that means if we destroy this, we're good. It's not going to special summon anything. Immediately in this hand, what is the best play? We got Assault Synchron, we have Danger Dogman, we have Book of Moon. We only need these 2. We don't need anything else. I special summon Assault Synchron, activate Danger's effect. He gives me Revolution Synchron. This, with any level 4 on the field, gives you an immediate Crystal Wing. Synchro Dragon, which is one of the best monster negates in the game. Now, here's the thing, this is not level 4, so that means we need to normal summon, but we had a level 7, we had a level 3. It makes Baron. Baron's just a staple. We destroy, negate. We're good, we're Gucci, bro. And guess what? We're not done. Revolution Synchron comes back. It's such a good card. It's the best card in the deck. I needed this, guys. Not only does it give you every synchro in the game, but it does it the best. It's just, it has so much synergy with this deck. And guess what? We do not have a level 5 that we can synchro summon. That is a really big issue, because this one is specific to Earth tutors and Earth non-tutors. But we have a level 4. And this makes it to where when a spell, trap, or monster is activated, you can tribute this card and negate it. 2 negates, turn 2. Our opponent has less than 2,500 health, and we have Moon Mirror Shield and Book of Moon. We set Book of Moon. With Time Tearing, they're going to draw 2 cards, but guess what? We have 2 negates and a disruption. There's nothing that we need to be afraid of. That's game. There's nothing you can do. Here's a fun test for recap to explain more behind the understanding and the enemy's misconception of this deck. I'm going to show you 3 common occurring cards. They all have 2 effects with what they do above. I'll explain 3 negatives and 1 positive for each. Try to guess which one is good, which one is okay, and which is great. First is Synchrozone, second is Gizmek Okami, third is Wolfrate. Let's start with Wolfrate. Wolfrate being a level 9 means a high and uncommon cost. Wolfrate has no protection, meaning any destruction or return just goes through. Wolfrate has the normal 3k attack, so if your opponent activates no effect, they could just destroy it. Wolfrate, however, does gain attack for each effect, leading to a potential max 4,000 attack, gaining a second effect of a field wipe. What about Gizmek Okami? Well, Gizmek Okami, just to even be summoned, needs 2 specifically special summoned and total monsters by XYZ, Synchro, or Fusion. Link is not included. Okami has no protection, meaning it could be destroyed or returned. Okami sadly doesn't even have 3k attack. It has a meme attack of 2,500. However, if it's summoned, it's able to destroy all special summon monsters, which is amazing because you could spam it if you have the life points. What about Synchrozone? Well, Synchrozone is not a negate floodgate, it's a battle postponer. Synchrozone is hard limited to 1 with no protection, which means when it's destroyed or returned, that's it. Synchrozone limits both players to Synchro, so if you don't have any, it's luck of the draw. However, if Synchrozone is really cheap, the possible cheapest card in the game, it also protects any Synchro monster that's destroyed by battle, special summoning it back as a tutor. It has a second effect as well, which lets you Synchro summon if you have the material on the board. Now that you've heard about all 3, lock in your answer for which is okay, which is good, and which is great for this deck. Now first, which is okay? Immediately, it's Wolfrate. It's okay effects-wise. The problem is you may never get its second effect because it's a really high cost. And 1 card could get rid of all your progress. And another issue is that it might take 3 monsters just to make it. Okay, now, which is good? Well, for sure, Okami. Okami is good in today's format. As a special summon, it's extremely common, as well as a free destruction. It's always great. Plus, it has a grave effect that gives you life and banishes a monster in the grave. So, it might not have a great attack, but it can be spammed to destroy common boards. If you guessed it, you're correct. Synchrozone is great. If your opponent has Synchros, yours specifically are protected. And if they don't have synchros, they need to destroy this trap, forcing them to go into monsters that you could negate. If you brick activating in battle, gives a chance for Heart of the Draw. And if they can't destroy it, then you just win. Which then counters every deck that isn't using it. Added on to that, it's searchable through Dual Genesis spell. You could use it as a defensive card to go into synchros by using Chaos Angel to banish a card on the field. So the disruption and the control, the protection offered by Synchrozone can disrupt your opponent's strategies and limit all options. By Synchrozone, a specific deck has to have a specific card to get rid of it. Added on to any other cards.